obliviously.
I know, and then they're like staring at us like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's coming down right now, actually.
Oh.
She's coming down right there. She's in the middle.
I'll see it, but thank you, ladies. Thank you.
getting, it is a becoming and a being. Today, your loved ones are going to be and become law school graduates. Welcome. I'm Dean Coel, the Assistant Dean for Student Affairs and Diversity. You have been listening to the beautiful music of University of Louisville alumna, violinists Masaki Hall, Anna Laverty, and Jennifer Terrell. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, ladies. I need you all to put your cell phones on silent, please. Those who are able, please rise for the processional. All rise. Please be seated. Dignitaries, graduates, friends, on behalf of the Office of Student Affairs and Diversity at the University of Louisville's Louis D. Brandeis School of Law, welcome to the convocation ceremony for the class of 2024 Phoenix Rising. Many thanks must be given. Would all of the loved ones who are able and who wish to, who supported these graduates on this amazing journey, I want you to please stand and be recognized. Let your graduates salute you. Thank you. I need all of the active, retired, military, veterans who are graduates in the audience, family members on the stage. I need you to please stand. Thank you. Thank you for your service and your protection. Thank you. The Office of Student Affairs and Diversity wants to point your attention to the last page of your programs. We thank Dean Jacobs and the Office of the Dean and all of those offices that are listed on the back, the organizations and all the people who are listed. They helped behind the scenes and within the scenes. I thank the faculty and staff marshals who you see serving today, and I thank all of the faculty and staff who are here participating in many capacities. I give a thanks to Dean Lee, who also helped me yesterday with the BALSA convocation. Thank you. We give a special thanks to CNH Audio for their services, the Palace administrators, especially Sydney Anthony and Charters Harrison, and the entire Palace staff, and the LMPD security team for assisting us in making today as special as we possibly could make it. Thank you. At the core of my personal thanks is a team I call the core. Mrs. Tracy Cole, Ms. Kelly Brady, Mrs. Jill Scoggins, Mr. Kyle Durbin, Dr. Mark Martinez, and Ms. Tara Stefanelli. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I also must thank our interns, Sarah, Bailey, Leilana, Grace, Yusuf. Thank you for today, and thank you for an amazing year. You guys are hilarious. You kept me laughing. I want to thank the SBA officers, the ones who are incoming, Charlize, and on the stage you'll notice Andy Dahmer, our president-elect, our new SBA president. Thank you for assisting me. I say goodbye to my graduating intern, his 2L year, he worked with me, Jackson Diesel Clark Doty. I still don't know why they call him Diesel, but I thank him. All my interns, Katie, love you guys, I appreciate you. Finally, to all of the graduating student organization officers, including outgoing SBA President Taylor Reese and Executive Vice President Mally Sloan, the entire SBA Executive Board that's graduating, and just all of the members of the Student Board of Directors in whatever officer capacity. We have been in the trenches these years, haven't we? It's been great. You guys are awesome. I may look at you funny, but you know I wouldn't be here if I didn't love what I do. You're a joy to work with. I love you guys. Please know that. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Dean and Professor of Law for the Louis D. Brandeis School of Law, Dean Melanie B. Jacobs.
Thank Thank you so much. Thank you, Dean Coel. As Dean Coel was giving thanks to so many others, could we please give her a round of applause? All of this is her. We also wish her a happy early birthday on Tuesday. She'll be 29. Welcome, friends, families, graduates of the class of 2024. Also, happy Mother's Day to the mothers, the grandmothers, those who act like mothers. We have mothers who are graduates. We have a graduate who is right now trying to become a mother. She's in labor. But a special round of applause and thanks to all of the mother figures. We really appreciate that you're here today. And to all of the loved ones that we recognized a few moments ago, your graduate sits here in large part because of your support. So on behalf of the faculty and staff, we thank you. So I would like to make some introductions of our people here at the platform party. Sitting next to me in the first row is our commencement speaker, the Honorable Colin Lindsay, the United States Magistrate Judge for the Western District of Kentucky. If you don't mind standing, so we're giving a wave so people see you. And also speaking today is our current or outgoing Student Bar Association President for the class of 2024, Taylor Lachey Reese. At this time, I would like to introduce the outstanding faculty of the University of Louisville Brandeis School of Law. As I introduce you, would you please stand and remain standing, and then I'll ask the audience to hold applause until everyone has been introduced. First, chosen by our graduates to serve as hooding faculty, we have Professor Nina Couch, Professor Lisa Nicholson, Professor Sam Markison, Professor Tim Hall, Professor Mark Murphy, and Professor Ariana Levinson. And joining them is our Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, Dr. Joanne Sweeney, who you may have noticed was also serving as our Grand Marshal, Professor Hin Sheff, Associate Dean for Experiential Education, Lars Smith, also serving as a Marshal, Professor Dan Cannon, Professor Joe Dunman, Professor Kelly Muir, Professor Lenita Baker, Professor Susan Tanner, Professor Bailey Egan. Also serving as a Marshal, I think we're going in a particular order, is our Assistant Director for Diversity and Community Engagement, Dr. Mark Martinez, Professor Scott Campbell, Professor Kurt Metzmeyer, Professor Thomas Blackburn, Professor Enid Truchios Haynes, and Professor Cedric Powell. Could we give them all a round of applause, please? You may be seated. Before I introduce our first speaker, I would like to add a few words concerning my colleague, Professor Powell. As many of you know, Professor Powell is retiring at the end of this semester from his position at the Brandeis School of Law, where he has been an exemplary professor, scholar, citizen, mentor, and friend for 31 years. It is such a loss to our community, although he just promised me yesterday that he has a memo that he's going to give me that highlights all the ways in which he will still stay engaged with us. So this shouldn't be the very last time we see him, but I'd really appreciate giving him a special thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce our first speaker, Class of 2024 grad and Student Bar Association President, Ms. Taylor Lachey Reese. Thank you. But I have more. In a class of outstanding leaders, and truly, this is a class of outstanding leaders, but in a class of outstanding leaders, Ms. Reese shines. It has been an enormous pleasure to work with her this past year and see the many ways in which she and other members of our SBA Executive Board have improved communication and process within the SBA and within the law school. In addition to serving as Student Bar Association President, Ms. Reese also served as Senior Articles Editor for Volume 15 of the Journal of Animal and Environmental Law and published her note, "You Took My Land and My Body Too: The Intersectionality of Environmental Violence Against Indigenous Lands and Violence Against Indigenous Women." Ms. Reese has also served as an extern for the Kentucky Commission on Human Rights, as a clerk in the Civil Division of the Jefferson County Attorney's Office, as an intern at Kentucky Refugee Ministries, and currently as a law clerk at Helmers and Associates, where, among other things, she's preparing appellate briefs. She also worked as a student attorney at the Robert and Sue Ellen Ackerson Law Clinic, doing litigation in the Domestic Violence Clinic. And before I continue with her introduction, each one of our graduates has a long, impressive list of accomplishments. So I'm delighted that we get to highlight Ms. Reese's, but please know that your graduate has done extraordinary things over the past 3 years. Prior to coming to Brandeis Law, Ms. Reese earned her Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Security Studies from Georgetown College. I'm really glad that she decided to pursue her education here at Brandeis. She has had such an exceptionally positive impact on her classmates and our whole community. I've been impressed with her thoughtfulness, her creativity, and determination. I've loved working with her, and I know she's going to continue to be a strong leader and advocate. And in fact, she has been accepted to the JAG training program and hopes to be commissioned with Army JAG in January 2025 as a Special Victims Counsel. Welcome, Ms. Reese. President Reese.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. So I want to start off today by giving my thanks to everyone who has supported me in reaching this point. I want to thank all of my professors, the administrators, staff, and everyone at the law school who has helped me along the way. And I want to give a huge thank you to my mom, my stepdad, and my mom and pa, and all my friends for always supporting me. And for you all who do know me, you know I have to give a big thanks to my dog, Teddy, because I would not have made law school without him. So for months now, I've been struggling to figure out what I was going to say today. I've went back and forth between something corny or funny or some kind of motivational nonsense. Instead, I decided to go back to my roots. Growing up, my grandpa, who I call Pa, always told me, "Now Taylor, remember that pretty is as pretty does." And when he first told me this, I thought, what in the world is he talking about? And you all are probably thinking the same exact thing about me right now. Well, pretty is as pretty does has nothing to do with the way you look. Rather, how you act, what you do, the way you treat others, that's what makes a person pretty. By being a good person, being kind and honorable, by acting pretty, one is pretty. And all of that is to say that I believe the same holds true for attorneys. One can have a JD, but one must act as an attorney in order to be an attorney. It means advocating for our clients, being honorable and dedicated, and even giving our time for pro bono hours. It is more than just the practice of law. Our class has already shown this pretty is as pretty does mentality in a number of ways. Late night group study sessions are 1L year, making sure we're all in this together, or Section 2 absolutely annihilating Section 1 to win Rothstein's trivia games. We have seen this by our classmates serving with the Innocence Project, the Ackerson Clinic, and summers spent at the Department of Public Advocacy. We will all take different career paths and continue to pursue those different goals. Some of you will be public defenders, giving everyone fair representation. Some will be prosecutors, prosecuting defendants in a fair and just way. Some will be plaintiffs' attorneys, representing the rights and needs of their clients. Some will be working in big law, donating their time in pro bono hours. And some will be family law attorneys, representing parents and children during difficult times. Our individual paths have led us and will continue to lead us to fulfill our goals and all our dreams. Every single one of us has experienced our own personal hardships and barriers, but also our own achievements and success. Today, Brandeis School of Law, class of 2024, I remind you that we did it. No matter what it took for you to get here, you did it and you will continue to do it. We have earned our JDs, and now the time comes to act as an attorney, to go out in the world and make a difference. And always remember that pretty is as pretty does. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Taylor. Today is the day that you planned for, you worked for, you dreamt about, you might have at times doubted would happen. The day that you graduate from the Brandeis School of Law. Earning your law degree is an enormous accomplishment, and I hope that today's commencement ceremony is a meaningful and joyous way for you and your loved ones to start your celebration of this milestone in your life. You've just concluded 3 years of rigorous study, but today is not so much a conclusion of one thing as the beginning of another. You're about to make the transition from law student to lawyer. Gone are the words mock, moot, and the study of law. You will now practice law, and the people you serve will trust you to wisely counsel them and act on their behalf. And I'm confident that that trust will be very well placed. Earning your law degree is an enormous accomplishment at any time, but even more so during the midst of a pandemic and the ongoing turmoil in our world. You had to work harder for this degree than many alums who came before you. They'll be annoyed I said that, but it's true. And the stakes just felt bigger. Your resilience, perseverance, and leadership have been amazing to witness, and on behalf of us all here on the platform party and throughout the faculty, staff, and administration, I want to let you know how very proud we are of each of you. My son gets annoyed with me for being corny. I mean, let's be honest, he just gets annoyed with me, but he gets annoyed with me for being corny. But truly, I hope each of you feels an enormous sense of pride as you reflect on your tremendous accomplishment. You, collectively, and each of you individually, are remarkable. Being a lawyer is a great privilege, provides a wonderful career, and enables you to pursue boundless opportunities. As you embark on the next phase of your professional journey, I'd like to offer some advice along with some wisdom from Justice Brandeis that has served me well as I faced my own professional and personal challenges. First, surround yourself with people you love. Sometimes it's easy to take relationships for granted when we're busy, but our relationships deserve our attention. It's important to have confidants and supporters who will cheer you on and cheer you up during the hard times, and then celebrate with you during the good ones. Secondly, relatedly, don't ignore your interests. Make time for activities that bring you joy. There's always more work to do. But working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, is not going to bring the same joy as time with family or friends. I've never heard of anyone at the end of their life lament, "Oh, if only I billed some more hours. If only I spent more time in the office." Justice Brandeis believes strongly in the balance of working hard and having leisure time. He was once quoted as saying, "I can do 12 months' work in 11 months, but not 12. Work-life balance is a bit of a silly phrase, and equal balance doesn't really exist. You'll always be juggling, but in that work-life juggle, make sure that your personal life gets attention, and please make time for you. Third, take chances. I never could have imagined when I graduated from law school 30 years ago, I was 10 when I started, that I would be here today. I get younger every time I tell that story. My career path has taken so many twists and turns, but they've been wonderful twists and turns because I've been willing to try, to apply, to consider alternatives. Of course I applied for jobs I didn't get. Of course I had grades that I thought were bad. It's okay to try and come up short. It's okay to try that relationship, that hobby, apply for the job. Too often we equate not achieving a particular goal with being a failure, and that just isn't true. Being afraid keeps you stuck. We grow through challenge, so keep challenging yourself. And finally, be true to your convictions. Your voice carries more weight as a lawyer. Use it. It may feel uncomfortable sometimes to use your voice, but you have the privilege of a legal education. Use your knowledge and skills to speak out, raise awareness, and assist others. We live in a time in which the chasms have become so deep that it seems hard to talk about issues, but it's critical that we do that, and you have those skills. Just as Brandeis said, it's strange that in a country where the government is declared to be one of laws, only about 1 person in 1,000 is taught what the law is. You are now among that rare group, and the lessons you learned at Brandeis Law will serve you for the rest of your life. You have amazed us during your time at Brandeis, and we know that so many good things are in store for you. So we can't wait to see you soar, and we wish you a lot of luck and happiness. Thank you. It's my honor to introduce our commencement keynote speaker, Colin Lindsay. Colin Lindsay serves as a United States Magistrate Judge for the Western District of Kentucky. He was born in Morgantown, West Virginia, and received his undergraduate degree in political science from West Virginia University and his law degree from Emory University School of Law in Atlanta, Georgia. We like him anyway. Following his graduation, Judge Lindsay worked at the firm of Brown, Todd, and Hayburn, now Frost Brown Todd. From 2002 until his appointment to the bench in 2015, Judge Lindsay was a partner in the litigation department at Dinsmore & Shohl, practicing primarily in commercial, intellectual property, and product liability litigation, where he also served as a member of the firm's diversity committee. As a U.S. magistrate, Judge Lindsay's duties include case management of civil cases, overseeing discovery and most other pretrial matters and civil actions, conducting settlement conferences and preliminary proceedings in criminal cases, and reviewing search warrants and other investigative tools requested by federal law enforcement. Judge Lindsay helped establish and presides over the district's Veterans Treatment Court, which allows qualified veterans charged with federal crimes to receive treatment for issues involving substance abuse, mental health, disability, and other difficulties, including those related to their military service. I am proud to note that Judge Lindsay twice served as an adjunct professor of advanced trial practice at our law school, and he has a long list of accomplishments. He is past president of the Louisville Bar Association, past chair of the LBA's, Louisville Bar Association's Diversity Committee, past member of the American Bar Association Center for Racial and Ethnic Diversity, and past Louisville Bar Association delegate to the ABA House of Delegates. He's currently a master of the Louis Brandeis American Inn of Court, where he helps mentor young and aspiring lawyers and a member of the law club. I know personally from the Inn of Court what a dedicated mentor Judge Lindsay is and how deeply he is committed to fostering a legal community built on collegiality and respect. So I am especially pleased to invite him to be our commencement speaker. Welcome, Judge Lindsay.
Good morning, everyone. The lights keep me from seeing everybody, but I can see the graduates, and I'm really happy about that because I'm going to be talking to you primarily. Dean Jacobs, thank you for that very kind introduction. Good morning to the esteemed faculty and staff of the Brandeis School of Law, the family and friends, and most especially the 2024 graduates. Good morning, and thank you for the opportunity to address you today. Among the many quotes attributed to Winston Churchill, and one of 2 quotes attributed to him about the appropriate length of speeches, is the following: "I'm going to make a long speech today because I've not had the time to prepare a short one." You'll be glad to hear that Dean Jacobs gave me plenty of time to prepare, so I'll endeavor to keep it short. When Dean Jacobs asked me if I would speak today, I was, of course, very pleased. But when I learned that the suggestions for commencement speakers came from the Student Bar Association, I was no less than thrilled. Everyone in this room is here because of you and for you. And so to be a part of that is especially meaningful to me. Law school is notoriously difficult under normal circumstances. You did not go to law school under normal circumstances. For those of you who came straight from college, you did not go to college under normal circumstances. So even more than usual, you are very deserving of our approbation and our praise. Congratulations to all of you. It is a particular pleasure to be addressing you this morning in the Palace Theater. This place is near and dear to me. The last time I was here, it was for a presentation by an American philosopher named Calvin Broadus. I don't know how many of you know the works of Mr. Broadus. I heard a couple of chuckles out there. A couple of people know the punchline. When I was here to hear Mr. Broadus speak, it was much later in the day. It was really, really loud in here. There was a lot of music. And the most shocking difference was that the room was just full of weed smoke. There's no other way to put it. So it was loud, it was late, and it reeked. That all makes sense if you know, and the two people who chuckled did, that Mr. Broadus is more generally known as Snoop Dogg. Perhaps inspired by the many flames that were burning here in the palace that evening, the role of the firekeeper or keeper of the flame occurred to me as an appropriate jumping off point for what I'd like to say to these graduates. The firekeeper or keeper of the flame exists in the histories and traditions of many indigenous peoples and in many societies. The concept was common among the indigenous peoples of North America, from the Cherokee in what is now North Carolina to the Mi'kmaq of the Canadian Maritimes, all the way across the continent to the provinces of the peoples of the Salish in the Pacific Northwest. European cultures also gave a central place in legend and tradition to flame and firekeeping. In ancient Rome, the Vestal Virgins were priestesses charged with maintaining the sacred hearth and eternal flame. It was believed that if the fire went out, then Rome was no longer protected by the gods. If the flame did go out, it was considered to have been caused by sin. The flame could only be relit once that sin had been expiated, and then only using the correct rituals and the purest materials. Nor is firekeeping a thing of the past. Arlington National Cemetery maintains the John F. Kennedy Eternal Flame. Eternal, of course, is subject to the vagaries of forces both natural and man-made. Shortly after the flame was installed, in fact, the same year it was installed, a group of school children accidentally extinguished the flame while they were sprinkling it with holy water. A cemetery official very quickly relit the flame by hand. The flame is now backed up by a custom-made ignition system that activates immediately if the flame is to go out. In 2012, there was a system upgrade that required the flame to be turned off for several days. Rather than simply shutting it down and then relighting it when the repairs were done, cemetery employees lit a temporary flame from the flame on the eternal flame, and then after the work was done, relit it using that same flame, thereby ensuring the continuity of the flame. So across cultures and across time, there have been many variations, but also some consistent themes about firekeeping. Among these are the critical importance of the flame for the comfort, nourishment, and very survival of the people. The difficulty of keeping the flame alive and the corresponding need for this task to be entrusted to specific members of the group who have been educated, trained, and mentored for this role. And last but certainly not least, the importance of the flame to the spiritual well-being of the community. Since you're a bunch of graduating law students, you will have figured out where I'm going by now. The newly anointed keepers of the flame in this room are you graduates. You have had the benefit of the education, training, mentoring, and support of the faculty and staff of Brandeis and even your fellow students. For most of you, your families have contributed so much and sacrificed so much for your success. With their assistance and through your own hard work, you are now capable keepers of the flame. The specific flame that you are charged with keeping is nothing less than the rule of law. The rule of law is just that, a rubric under which the law, rather than the personalities or relative position or privilege of the players, controls the outcome. A nation governed by the rule of law is one in which we are all subject to being called to account for our transgressions, criminal or civil. Put another way, that none of us is above the law, allowed to flout its application because of our perceived or actual status, and that none of us is below or unworthy of the protection of the law. More bluntly, we all play by the same rules, regardless of who we are or who we think we are. The American Bar Association Rule of Law Initiative describes a society operating under the rule of law in this way. No one is above the law. Everyone is treated equally under the law. Everyone is held accountable to the same laws. There are clear and fair processes for enforcing laws. There is an independent judiciary, and human rights are guaranteed for all. It is no exaggeration, then, to say that the rule of law is fundamental to the existence of a democratic society. It is also no exaggeration to say that the rule of law is under attack both here and abroad. Elizabeth Anderson, Executive Secretary of the World Justice Project, said recently at a symposium at my alma mater, Emory Law School, quote, "It is well known that we are in the midst of a global rule of law recession, characterized by closing space for media and civil society, declining trust in institutions, and an increased prevalence of authoritarian governance, even in established democracies," end quote. So if you don't see threats to the rule of law in today's world, you're simply not looking. So again, till you graduate, you may be asking, all right, what does this have to do with me? I'm brand new. I haven't even really started yet. I'm going to this firm and I'm going to be sorting through boxes. Do we still sort through boxes of documents, or is it all on the computer now? No more boxes? Okay. All right, no more boxes of documents. I'm getting a signal from some of the faculty. I shouldn't tell you about some of the dreadful tasks that await you. Thought word of that would have gotten around by now. It is tempting when you're new, when you're brand new, to see the rule of law as a lofty concept that you do not have access to. When you're brand new to the profession and the only people you hear talking about the rule of law are professors and judges, it may not dawn on you that the responsibility for maintaining the rule of law falls to you. Very few of you will be judges or law professors in the next 5 years. Frankly, very few of you will find your way into those roles ever. If you are like most lawyers, you will, especially at the outset of your careers, be doing more workaday tasks. Reference to the boxes of documents. Sorry, Professor Murphy. So, how can you be expected to keep this flame when you cannot even envision yourself as the one who's carrying it? The answer is that every lawyer can and must contribute to the defense of the rule of law. How? The ways are as varied as the jobs you will find yourselves in. In civil litigation, where many of you will end up, advance only claims or defenses on behalf of your client that are meritorious. Take mandatory disclosure obligations seriously and answer discovery fully and fairly, even when, especially when, the information you are disclosing is detrimental to your client's case. If you are a prosecutor, disclose all exculpatory evidence on a timely basis, no matter how difficult it may make your ultimate goal of a just conviction. In every area of the practice of law, whether it be transactional, regulatory, or administrative, whether the subject matter is real property, environmental, bankruptcy, estate planning, child custody, literally anything that you do as a lawyer. Ensure that your clients understand what their own obligations are in the process and the ethical and legal limitations on what you can and will do for them. In other words, do everything you ethically and legally can do for your clients while steadfastly refusing to do anything that you should not legally or ethically do for them, even in the face of pressure to do so. More broadly, stand for the truth. Speak plainly and honestly to your clients, your bosses, your opponents, the courts and juries that you speak to about the truth. As an aside, this might be a disappointment to some of the family members who are here. New lawyers, do not ask for any of your friends or family members to be excused from jury duty. In a lot of jurisdictions, including Jefferson Circuit and district courts, that's a violation of a local rule. Don't do it. Sorry, folks. Please understand that my exhortation to you on the rule of law is not rhetorical. After 26 years of practicing law and 9 years on the bench, I can assure you that people will ask you time and again to do things that you shouldn't do. If you find yourself never having to say, "I'm sorry, I can't do that," you're either extremely lucky or you're doing it wrong. This is real. It will happen. So, you are not just capable of performing the task, you have a deep and permanent obligation to do so. The tools and training are not given to everyone, but they have been given to you. The enormous privilege of practicing law is now yours, but so is the equally enormous responsibility for maintaining the rule of law. It is a mere truism that being a lawyer is not the only way to serve society, but there are critical tasks that only lawyers will do. Maintaining fealty to the rule of law is not something that the most accomplished physician, architect, engineer, or writer of AI software can or will do. Only lawyers have the knowledge and skills to do so. So when it comes to protecting the rule of law, it will be you because it must be you. You have been trained to carry and maintain the fire, to grow the fire slowly but sufficiently to make it suitable for the task at hand, to carry it from place to place until it is time to bring it into useful form, to gather the best materials for making the fire and kindling anew the spark on those trying occasions when the flame goes out. Do not shrink from this task. Our profession and our society depend on it. In closing, I will come back briefly to my last time here at the Palace. As I was arriving here for that show, I've been listening to Snoop Dogg for quite some time. I had been to my share of concerts on a university campus in the 1970s and 1980s. I was assuming that I was going to be among a lot of very ardent fans of cannabis. But I had this naive notion that they weren't going to let anyone smoke anything or burn anything in this beautiful old building. So I figured I'd be surrounded by many hundreds of people who really wanted to smoke weed, but who were not allowed to smoke weed. Wow, I was wrong. I was so wrong. They were allowed to smoke, and smoke they did, with a zeal that would more than satisfy the model rules of professional conduct. There's a fellow who stood right about here, whose job it was to throw joints out into the audience. He did it for an hour and a half. Notwithstanding the number of joints, blunts, pipes, whatever, that I saw here, and the number of law enforcement officers who were here. I mean, 200 of them, 300 of them, I don't know. I saw one law enforcement officer take one very limited action against one person. The fellow in front of me, who smoked his share of joints, toward the end of the show, got in the habit of dropping one fairly often. Sometimes he would notice he had dropped it, sometimes he wouldn't. He had dropped his joint again, And a police officer came up, tapped him on the shoulder, and I thought, okay, here it begins. But all the police officer did was ask him to pick it up. He didn't want to burn down the palace any more than I did. That was it. That was 100% of the law enforcement that I saw. But I was inspired by that. So I'm going to emulate that police officer, and I'm going to ask you graduates, please do not drop the flame. And if you see it's on the floor, pick it up. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Judge Lindsay. I was not looking for a joint when I was ducking underneath. I just want to be clear on that, people. Just wanted to be clear. I was looking for something for you. Oh, because I'm here.
Yes.
Dean Coel, do you have something that we could give Judge Lindsay?
Yes, I believe Miss Kelly has it. Okay, very good. There you go.
I had you all thank Dean Coel earlier because I told you this is really her thing. And she'll be in a tizzy now because I walked across the stage for that. But what I told her is it really doesn't matter. All that matters is that everyone graduates and everyone has the hooding ceremony. That's all good. Meantime, here we go. This is the part you have been waiting for. We will proceed to the hooding ceremony and awards for recognition for the class of 2024. For those of you who don't know, and frankly, I didn't even though I have this hood, the hood dates back to medieval times. The color, purple, for law, indicates both the field and the highest degree. The red and black lining of the hood represent this university, which is proud to bestow the degree of Juris Doctor on its graduates. The draping of the hood represents the symbolic awarding of the degree. Dean Coel, let the hooding ceremony begin.
All right, Dean Jacobs. Thank you, Dean. Grand Marshal Sweeney, Marshals Cannon and Martinez, please come forward to your positions. Ms. Brady, Mrs. Cole, Mr. Garden, to your positions, please. Ms. Reese. To the feet. Taylor Lachey Reese, President of the Student Bar Association, ACLU, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Student Government Association, Women's Law Caucus, Ackerson Law Clinic, Brandeis Inn of Court, First Generation Peer Mentor, International Service Learning Program, Student Board of Directors. Thank you, Professors Hall and Couch.
And a bit of housekeeping as people come across, you'll see there are feet so that you can have your hooding photo. There
Several
are feet
photos.
so you can have your own photo,
Yes.
and then one over here, so you get 3, okay?
Yes, we got a lot of feet, and the students were told about those feet. I love it. I love it.
We'll demonstrate now.
I love it. Would Mr. John Carty please come forward? In 2021, this class signed the oath that you see over here by the dean on the stage, and this class pledged to follow the Honor Code and the U of L Code of Conduct. In keeping with this tradition, the student who is ranked number 1 in this class receives this oath in remembrance of this great achievement. Mr. Carty, Mrs. Carty, we know right now Kelly is having a fabulous grandchild, but we are giving her all the glory. Kelly Carty Zimmerer, ranked number 1 in the class of 2024, 4.0, summa cum laude, Brandeis Honor Society, Student Health Law Association, U of L Law Review, Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow, Central High Partnership, and the Human Rights Advocacy Program. Please now, sir, retrieve the oath, pass it to Bailey on behalf of your daughter, Kelly. Congratulations to the Carty and Zimmerer families.
I mean, commencement is always exciting, but then having a baby,
I tried. I was like, tell the baby just one more day. Baby didn't listen to me. All right, are you ready? There we go. Alexandra Allie Lynn Just, summa cum laude, ranked number 2 in the class of 2024, and therefore the distinction of being the U of L's bearer of the Law School Shield at yesterday's commencement. Brandeis Honor Society, Ackerson Law Clinic, Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow, and the U of L Law Review. Alexandra Allie Lynn Just. Paige Michelle Reardon, magna cum laude, United States Navy veteran, Brandeis Honor Society, Women's Law Caucus, parents attending law school, Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow, and the Elder Law Clinic, Paige Michelle Reardon. Rachel Elizabeth Gumbel, summa cum laude, U of L Law Review, Brandeis Honor Society, Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow. Rachel Elizabeth Gumbel. Caitlin Elizabeth Price, cum laude, a member of the U of L Law Review. Caitlin Elizabeth Price. Michaela Marie Minnick, magna cum laude, U of L Law Review, Elder Law Clinic, first generation peer mentor leader. Michaela Marie Minnick. John Alexander Gardner, magna cum laude, Brandeis Honor Society, and the Entrepreneurship Clinic. John Alexander Gardner. Caroline Love Mosley, cum laude, Academic Fellow, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, 3L representative of the Student Bar Association, and a member of the Women's Law Caucus. Caroline Love Mosley. Molly Ann Townsend Gamble, magna cum laude, Academic Fellow, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Vice President of Finance for the Student Bar Association and a member of the Elder Law Clinic. Molly Ann Townsend Gamble. Natalie Lane Witt, summa cum laude, Brandeis Honor Society, Women's Law Caucus, U of L Law Review, and the Journal of Animal and Environmental Law. Natalie Lane Witt. Mally Louise Sloan, cum laude, Executive Vice President of the Student Bar Association, Student Government Association, Lambda Law Caucus, Women's Law Caucus, First Generation Peer Mentor, Mally Louise Sloan. Luke Frederick Geiser. Luke Frederick Geiser. Tommy Fan, Women's Law Caucus, First Generation Peer Mentor Leader, Admissions Ambassador, Central High Partnership, Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow, Honor Council, 1L Representative, Student Bar Association, former SGA Senator, Student Government Association, Student Board of Directors, Chair of the Student Affairs Task Force, and Student Representative of the Faculty Appointments Committee, Tommy Fan. Cameron Allen Wassam, Tech Law Society. Cameron Allen Wassam. Josie Faye Stallings Keish, parents attending law school, summa cum laude, and the member of the Brandeis Honor Society. Josie Faye Stallings Keish. Samantha Ray Eaton, cum laude, ACLU, American Constitution Society, Women's Law Caucus, First Generation Peer Mentor, and Resilience Justice Project, Samantha Ray Eaton. Andrew Shaw Hebert, cum laude, International Law Society, International Moot Court Team. Andrew Shaw Hebert. Victoria Ann Hafner, magna cum laude, Women's Law Caucus, Central High Partnership, Resilience Justice Project. Victoria Ann Hafner. Hallie Nicole Stewart, cum laude, Executive Editor for the Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, a member of the Resilience Justice Project. Okay. Hallie Nicole Stewart. Haley M. Dennis, a member of the Business Law Society. Haley M. Dennis. Lydia Joy Truitt. Appalachian Law Caucus, Ackerson Law Clinic. Lydia Joy Truitt. Emily Elizabeth Tinsley, Moot Court Board, Elder Law Clinic, Brandeis Inn of Court, First Generation Peer Mentor. Emily Elizabeth Tinsley. Benjamin Gareth Worthen, magna cum laude, academic fellow, sports and entertainment law, Ordered Liberty School in Central Europe, study in Budapest. Benjamin Gareth Worthen. William Bishop McGee, magna cum laude. William Bishop McGee. Jarrett M. Radcliffe, cum laude. Jarrett M. Radcliffe. Daniel Patrick Slattery Weber, magna cum laude, U of L Law Review. Daniel Patrick Slattery Weber. Eric Ryan Ogaz, President of the Christian Legal Society. Eric Ryan Ogaz. John Trevor Salzman, cum laude, Christian Legal Society, Honor Council, Journal of Law and Education, Public Interest Fellow, Student Bar Association, and the Brandeis Inn of Court, John Trevor Salzman. Stuart Winter White, magna cum laude. Stuart Winter White. Aaron Frank, summa cum laude, Brandeis Honor Society, Elder Law Clinic. Aaron Frank. Brendan Ponder, Federalist Society, Parents Attending Law School, U of L Law Review, and the Brandeis Leadership Initiative. Brendan Ponder. Francis Brian Bifus, magna cum laude, U of L Law Review. Francis Brian Bifus. Noah Noel, magna cum laude, Brandeis Business Law Society, Ackerson Law Clinic. Noah Noel. Olivia Silliman, Parents Attending Law School, Women's Law Caucus, Ackerson Law Clinic, Human Rights Advocacy Program. Olivia Silliman. Ashley Mull, American Constitution Society, International Service Learning Program. Ashley Mull. Sydney Ann Raderer, if, when, how, Women's Law Caucus, Ackerson Law Clinic. Sydney Ann Raderer. Thank you so much, Professors Couch and Professor Hall. Thank you so much. At this time, would Professor Murphy and Professor Nicholson please come forward? Yes, very good. How you doing? Good. I'm good. Dylan Philip Edelman, magna cum laude, Honor Council, 1L and 2L representative for the Student Bar Association, U of L Law Review, and the Student Affairs Task Force. Dylan Philip Edelman. Ryan James Carlin, cum laude, Vice President of Fundraising for the Student Bar Association, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Tech Law Society. Ryan James Carlin. Stephen F. Hillenmeyer, magna cum laude, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, 3L representative of the Student Bar Association. Stephen F. Hillenmeyer. Trinity Tierra Brown, undergraduate liaison for the Black Law Students Association, Business Law Society, Professional Development Chair for the SBA, Student Health Law Association, Brandeis Inn of Court, Central High Partnership, First Generation Peer Mentor Leader, Resilience Justice Fellow, Trinity Tierra Brown. Gina Roque, President of the Latinx Law Student Association, Women's Law Caucus, Black Law Students Association, Business Law Society, Student Health Law Association, First Generation Peer Mentor, and a member of the Student Board of Directors, Gina Roque. Maria Nawabi, President of the Business Law Society, Vice President and Secretary of the International Law Society, Vice President of the Tech Law Society, Academic Fellow, Women's Law Caucus, ACLU, and the Student Board of Directors, Maria Nawabi. Henry Clay Brown, cum laude, International Law Society, Ordered Liberty School in Central Europe, study in Budapest, and a member of the Entrepreneurship Clinic. Henry Clay Brown. Hallie Putney Lonial, magna cum laude, Admissions Ambassador, American Constitution Society, Latinx Law Student Association, Human Rights Advocacy Program. Hallie Putney Lonial. Margaret Hooks Fagala, magna cum laude. Inaugural Breonna Taylor Legacy Fellow, American Constitution Society, Appalachian Law Caucus, If, When, How, Moot Court Board, and a member of the Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellows. Margaret Hooks Fagala. Brianna Ruzenka Sims, magna cum laude. American Constitution Society, U of L Law Review, Human Rights Advocacy Program. Brianna Ruzenka Sims. Brianna Nicole Berry, magna cum laude. Women's Law Caucus, International Moot Court Team, Elder Law Clinic. Brianna Nicole Berry. Olivia Danielle Schmidt. Pronouns, she, her. Cum laude. American Constitution Society. If, when, how. International Law Society. Lambda Law Caucus. Women's Law Caucus. Ackerson Law Clinic. Student Board of Directors. Olivia Danielle Schmidt. Abby K. Vogt, cum laude. Academic Fellow. If, when, how. Women's Law Caucus, Ackerson Law Clinic. Abby K. Vogt. Elma Yasharovich, Honor Council. If, when, how. ABA Representative to the Student Bar Association, Women's Law Caucus, International Law Society, and the Central High Partnership. Elma Yasharovich. Elizabeth Madison Smith, cum laude. U of L Law Review, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Elder Law Clinic. Elizabeth Madison Smith. Brooklyn LaRae Hagan, magna cum laude. Appalachian Law Caucus, Women's Law Caucus, Elder Law Clinic. Brooklyn LaRae Hagan. Josie Elaine Livers, cum laude. American Constitution Society, ACLU, the Women's Law Caucus, and the Ackerson Law Clinic. Josie Elaine Livers. Eleanor Ann Stess, Women's Law Caucus. If, when, how. Eleanor Ann Stess. Aaron C. Markert, Ackerson Law Clinic. Aaron C. Markert. David Jacob Romines, cum laude. Brandeis Honor Society and the Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow. David Jacob Romines. Emily Marie Vincent. Emily Marie Vincent. Isabel Grace Allegas, ACLU, Disability Allied Law Students Association, If, When, How, Edwin Perry Mediation Clinic Fellow, Lambda Law Caucus, Latinx Law Student Association, and the Women's Law Caucus. Isabel Grace Alagas. Lee G. Lenkoff, cum laude. American Constitution Society, Business Law Society, If, When, How, Editor-in-Chief of the Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Treasurer of the Women's Law Caucus, member of the Entrepreneurship Clinic, and a member of the Student Board of Directors, Lee G. Lenkoff. Morgan Jean Ziegler, magna cum laude. Articles Editor of the U of L Law Review, Brandeis Honor Society, American Constitution Society, Business Law Society, and International Law Society. Morgan Jean Ziegler. Jack Kerwin, American Constitution Society. Jack Kerwin. James Joseph Keller, parents attending law school. James Joseph Keller. Dennis Trey Wiles Martin III, magna cum laude. Business Law Society, Christian Legal Society, Federalist Society, Sports and Entertainment Law, U of L Law Review, and a member of the Entrepreneurship Clinic. Dennis Trey Wiles Martin III. L. Corbin Polk, cum laude. Business Law Society, Christian Legal Society, Federalist Society, and the Elder Law Clinic. L. Corbin Polk. Dylan Patel, magna cum laude, a member of the Entrepreneurship Clinic. Dylan Patel. Spencer Haywood, magna cum laude, Senior Symposium Editor of the U of L Law Review, Senior President of the Federalist Society, Student Board of Directors, Ordered Liberty Fellow, First Generation Peer Mentor, and Ordered Liberty School Central Europe, study in Budapest, Spencer Haywood. Charles Shirley, cum laude. Charles Shirley. Carter Dotson, cum laude. Carter Dotson. Alexander Lowell Phillips, magna cum laude. Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow. Alexander Lowell Phillips. Jackson Diesel Doty, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Ordered Liberty Schools, Central Europe, study in Budapest, Student Affairs Task Force, Resilience Justice Project, Brandeis, Inn of Court, Jackson Diesel Doty. Norma Redmond, pronouns they, them, magna cum laude. President of the Lambda Law Caucus, Black Law Students Association, Chair of the Honor Council, Student Bar Foundation, Central High Partnership, and Student Affairs Task Force, Norma Redmond. Nicholas Orion Bouchon, pronouns he, him, magna cum laude, academic fellow, Lambda Law Caucus, Vice President of the Student Bar Foundation, Ackerson Law Clinic, and Brandeis Inn of Court. Nicholas Orion Bouchon. Sarah Cookie McGeaney, magna cum laude, Vice President of Communications for the Student Bar Association, Vice President of Lambda Law Caucus, DEIB Council, Academic Fellow, Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow, BALSA, Ackerson Law Clinic, Public Interest Fellow, Sarah Cookie McGeaney. Jasmine Michaela Jones, Vice President of the Black Law Students Association, inaugural Breonna Taylor Legacy Fellow, Women's Law Caucus, Ackerson Law Clinic, and the Brandeis Inn of Court. Jasmine Michaela Jones. Courtney L. Morrison, President of the Black Law Students Association, Secretary of Lambda Law Caucus, Admissions Ambassador, Parents Attending Law School, and first-generation peer mentor. Courtney L. Morrison. Sergeant Jacob Harlan Maxwell, active duty veteran, Indiana Army National Guard. Sergeant Jacob Harlan Maxwell. Staff Sergeant David P. Mern II, Kentucky Army National Guard, Elder Law Clinic. Staff Sergeant David P. Mern II. Kelsey Fannin Rose Hammond, cum laude. Black Law Students Association, Honor Council, Student Bar Association, Brandeis Inn of Court, Central High Fellow. Kelsey Fannin Rose Hammond. Tiana Shantae Wilson, cum laude. Parents attending law school, Student Bar Association, Brandeis, Inn of Court, Black Law Students Association, Central High Partnership, and a first-generation peer mentor. Tiana Shantae Wilson. Farah Michelle Johnson Alexander, cum laude. President of the American Constitution Society, ACLU, If, When, How, Parents Attending Law School, Women's Law Caucus, Ackerson Law Clinic, Brandeis Inn of Court, First Generation Peer Mentor, Student Affairs Task Force, and Student Board of Directors, Farah Michelle Johnson Alexander. John Paul Klapik, Business Law Society, Federalist Society, International Law Society, Tech Law Society, U of L Law Review, Ordered Liberty Fellow. John Paul Klapik. Brian Gazak, cum laude, member of the U of L Law Review. Brian D. Gazak. Travis Triplett, magna cum laude, parents attending law school.
This is a red card.
Thank you. Travis Triplett. Thank you, Professor Murphy and Professor Nicholson. Thank you. At this time, may I have Professors Levinson and Markison please come forward? Anthony Daniel Calderon, a dual degree candidate, JD and MBA. Federalist Society, Sports and Entertainment Law Society, Tech Law Society, and the Christian Legal Society. Anthony Daniel Calderon. Alicia Nicole Abersold, President of the Sports and Entertainment Law Society, member of the Entrepreneurship Clinic, and a member of the Student Board of Directors. Alicia Nicole Abersold. David Brian Miller, cum laude, Sports and Entertainment Law. Scoot, scoot. David Brian Miller. Seth Futrell, cum laude, Sports and Entertainment Law Society, Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow. Seth Futrell. Jacob Rayburn, Sports and Entertainment Law Society. Jacob Rayburn. Camden Price, cum laude. Camden Price. Andrew Dylan Denning, summa cum laude. Christian Legal Society, Federalist Society, Ordered Liberty School Central Europe, study in Budapest. Ordered Liberty Fellow, National Moot Court Finalist, U of L Law Review, and the Brandeis Honor Society. Andrew Dylan Denning. David P. DeCold, magna cum laude. U of L Law Review, International Law Society, Federalist Society, Labor and Employment Law Society, Ordered Liberty School, Central Europe, study in Budapest, Ordered Liberty Fellow, Parents Attending Law School, and the Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow, David P. DeColt. Nicholas Birch, magna cum laude. Federalist Society, International Law Society, Lambda Law Caucus, and the Moot Court Board. Nicholas Birch. Lucas Allen Little, cum laude. Business Law Society, Federalist Society, International Law Society, Labor and Employment Law Society, Sports and Entertainment Law Society, and the Ordered Liberty School in Central Europe, study in Budapest. Lucas Allen Little. Austin Pollard, cum laude. Austin Pollard. Chase Ketchum, magna cum laude. Chase Ketchum. David Knox, summa cum laude. Brandeis Honor Society. David Knox. Jeremy Stohai, magna cum laude. National Moot Court Finalist. DALSA, Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow, and a first-generation peer mentor. Jeremy Stohai. Griffin Austin McLemore, 3L representative to the Federalist Society. Ordered Liberty School in Central Europe, study in Budapest, and an Ordered Liberty Fellow. Griffin Austin McLemore. Jason Rath, summa cum laude, Brandeis Honor Society, U of L Law Review, and a member of the Entrepreneurship Clinic. Jason Rath. Erica Miller, magna cum laude, a member of the Student Affairs Task Force. Erica Miller. William Garcia, cum laude, Federalist Society, Honor Council, International Law Society, Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow, and the International Service Learning Program. William Garcia. Kenneth John Schwalbert Jr., magna cum laude, Editor-in-Chief of the U of L Law Review, Central High Partnership, American Constitution Society, Honor Council, International Law Society, Business Law Society, Brandeis Inn of Court, and the Student Affairs Task Force, and the Student Board of Directors, Kenneth John Schwalbert Jr. Haley Cherie Cooper, cum laude, parents attending law school. Haley Cherie Cooper. Samantha Claire Miller, Women's Law Caucus, International Law Society. Samantha Claire Miller. Bailey Guess, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Moot Court Board, Women's Law Caucus. Bailey Guess. Peyton Mackenzie Paskey, magna cum laude, Luxembourg Study Program. Peyton Mackenzie Paskey. Jacob Jones, cum laude. Academic Fellow, American Constitution Society. Jacob Jones. Madeline May Nuxel, magna cum laude, Academic Fellow, American Constitution Society, If, When, How, International Law Society, Sports and Entertainment Law Society. Madeline May Nuxel. Jillian Kate Benningfield, cum laude. If-Wen Howe, Moot Court Board, and a member of the Women's Law Caucus. Jillian Kate Benningfield. Paige Robinson Day, magna cum laude, a member of the Ackerson Law Clinic. Paige Robinson Day. Peter LeBlanc, U of L Law Review, International Law Society, Resilience Justice Project. Peter LeBlanc. Colin Shoemate, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, parents attending law school, and a Resilience Justice Fellow. Colin Shoemate. Jonathan Cody Simmons, Labor and Employment Law Society, American Constitution Society, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, and a member of the Student Board of Directors. Jonathan Cody Simmons. Daniel McClellan Galt, Labor and Employment Law Society. Daniel McClellan Galt. Chancellor Ray Peterson, magna cum laude. Receiving a dual degree, his Juris Doctor and an MA in Political Science. Ackerson Law Clinic, Central High Partnership. Chancellor Ray Peterson. Maxwell George Bebelar, cum laude. Maxwell George Bebelar. Brennan Hampton. Brennan Hampton. Guillermo Isaiah Yanez, Federalist Society. Guillermo Isaiah Yanez. Ackerson, Foster, and an extremely newborn. Magna cum laude. Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow. Ackerson Law Clinic. Claire Ackerson Foster. James Richard DeFeese, Jr., ACLU. ACLU, Appalachian Law Caucus, Federalist Society, and the Lambda Law Caucus. James Richard DeVeese, Jr. All right, folks, we have here the anchor. I told his mom, I'm going to say it, upon graduation, he owes me approximately 20 to 30 cases of water. You're very healthy, though. Everybody, let's get some energy here, because when this young man crosses this stage, these graduates can flip that tassel to the left side, and they will be Brandeis graduates. Let's get some cheering up in here. This is it. This is it. Let's go. John Logan, James Bissick, Sports and Entertainment Law, Christian Legal Society, and the Elder Law Clinic. John Logan, James Bissick. You can flip that tassel.
I'm excited that we flipped the tassel, but truly, for those of you who are able, can you stand? Can we give our graduates another round of applause, please? Such an achievement. So on behalf of the Alumni Council, representative was not able to join us today, so I am speaking on behalf of President Matthew Bunnell. Please get active with the council. I know some of you are just excited to put Brandeis in the rearview mirror, but we are excited for your future. We're excited to interact with you. We're excited to celebrate your achievements. We're excited to have you as part of our Brandeis Law community and family forever. So please get involved with the Alumni Council. You'll get an email shortly, and you'll hear about more activities and ways that you can continue to participate. So with that, I turn it back over to Dean Coel.
Thank you, Dean Jacobs. Graduates, here is your special farewell to the class of 2024. You overcame many challenges, and still, like air, Phoenix rising, you rise.
And we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have some fun together. Yes, we will. 'Cause these are the memories we'll keep. So hold on tight to every little thing. Don't let them pass you by in your sleep. So let's spend this time together, because these are the best of our days. These are the best of all our days. These are the best of our days. These are the best of all our days. So let's spend a little time together. Sweet as the sunshine, starting up the day. Side by side together, and that's where we'll stay. 'Cause these are the memories we'll keep. So hold on tight to every little thing. Don't let them pass you by in your sleep. So let's spend this time together, because these are the best of our days. These are the best of all our days. These are the best of our days. These are the best of all our days. So let's spend a little time together. These are the best of our days. These are the best of all our days. These are the best of all our days. These are the best of our days. These are the best of all our days. So let's spend a little time together. So let's spend a little time together. It's time for something brand new. Do you feel it all around you? I think a change is coming. I want a bright new world, a beautiful twist and turn. I think a change is coming. Look up, beauty's all around. Wake up to the beautiful sound. Welcome to a bright new world. Do you feel it? I think a change is coming. I feel the change is coming. It's time for something brand new. Do you feel it all around you? Change is coming. crash down. Life bursting from the ground, yeah, there's a change, and it's coming. Yeah. I think a change is coming. I feel a change is coming. It's time for something brand new. Do you feel it all around you? Change is coming. It's time for something brand new. Do you feel it all around you? I think a change is coming. I think a change is coming. I feel a change is coming. It's time for something brand new. Do you feel it all around you? Change is coming. Oh, I think a change is coming. I think a change is coming. Here we are on top of the stars. Never thought we'd ever get this far. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. Here we are, this is a time, like a dream coming to life. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. In moments like this. I try to take a breath, thoughts racing through my head. I try to capture it, but a picture can't hold what a heart is feeling. I just wanna stop the world from spinning, slow it all down for a minute, so that I can take it in. I can take it in. Here we are, on top of the stars. Never thought we'd ever get this far. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. Here we are, this is a time, like a dream coming to life. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. In moments like this. I don't wanna close my eyes. I'm feeling so alive. I try to find the words, but no words can say what my heart is feeling. I just wanna stop the world from spinning, slow it all down for a minute, so that I can take it in. I can take it in. Here we are, on top of the stars. Never thought we'd ever get this far. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. Here we are, this is a time, like a dream coming to life. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like Shouting at the darkness, crying for help. Will this get better, or will we blame ourselves? Our hearts in the making, misunderstood. All this time wasted for the greater good.
Ceremony, you're going to be able to go party. But if I see people starting to go on the aisles, if you wouldn't mind, please, to remain in your seats until the recessional has been completed, to let the platform party and the graduates out, and then everyone can meet out in the lobby and take pictures and so forth. Congratulations, everybody.
All rise. Grand